My dear brothers and sisters, today I want to remind you of something very important. Life has seasons. Just as the harsh winter eventually gives way to spring, our difficulties are not permanent. Good times are coming. But how do we know? How can we recognize that the tide is about to change? Let us reflect on three big signs. First, gratitude begins to flow naturally from your heart. You notice the small blessings you once took for granted, your health, your family, a simple meal, or even a smile from a stranger. Gratitude is a powerful signal that your perspective is shifting. When we start appreciating what we have, Allah opens the doors to even greater blessings. Always remember, when you thank for what you have, more is added to your life. Second, challenges start to ease. Perhaps the weight on your shoulders feels lighter, or you find solutions to problems that once seemed impossible. This is not by chance. It is a sign that the universe, by the grace of Allah, is aligning circumstances for your benefit. Do not despair in hardship. Every difficulty carries a lesson, and when that lesson begins to make sense, you know better times are near. Third, opportunities begin to present themselves. You may find doors opening that you never imagined, chances coming your way that seem almost destined. These are signals that your efforts are being recognized and your patience is about to bear fruit. The key is to remain vigilant, take advantage of these moments, and act with wisdom. My friends, there is a fourth hidden sign, a growing sense of peace within your heart. Even in uncertainty, you feel hope and you carry patience without frustration. When your heart becomes a place of calm rather than anxiety, that is a sure indication that good times are near. So hold on, be grateful, stay patient, and remain hopeful. Look for the blessings in every day, the solutions in every problem, and the opportunities in every challenge. Good times are coming, and when they arrive, you will be ready to embrace them with an open heart. May Allah grant us the wisdom to recognize these signs, and may He bless us with ease and happiness in this life and the next. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools a human being can develop. It is more than just saying thank you, it is a state of mind, a way of perceiving the world. When we talk about the first sign that good times are coming, we must understand that gratitude is often the earliest indicator. When life begins to improve, the heart starts to notice the small blessings that were previously overlooked. People often wait for big successes or major breakthroughs to feel happy, but the reality is that true contentment and progress begin with recognizing the little things. Consider for a moment the act of waking up in the morning. Many rush through their routines, thinking about what is missing or what they need to achieve, but a person who is grateful starts their day by appreciating life itself. The very ability to breathe, to see, to hear, to move is already a blessing. Gratitude trains the mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. And when the mind is focused on abundance, it begins to attract more. This is why scholars, spiritual teachers, and psychologists alike emphasize that gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a practical, life-altering habit. Gratitude also changes the way we interact with the world. When you notice and appreciate what you already have, your relationships begin to transform. You become more patient with others, more understanding of their flaws, and more generous in your interactions. In essence, gratitude expands your heart. It allows you to see beyond immediate difficulties and recognize the opportunities that exist, even in challenges. When someone begins to regularly express thanks, even for the smallest of things, a kind word, a meal, a moment of peace, they are signaling to themselves and the world that they are ready for greater blessings. Many people misunderstand gratitude as being a passive state, as if one should simply sit and wait for good things to happen. On the contrary, gratitude is deeply active. It requires reflection and mindfulness. When you consciously think about the people, experiences, and resources in your life, you create a mental environment where positivity thrives. The mind, which may have been clouded by complaints and worries, begins to recalibrate. The Tinwinskik thoughts of negativity lose their intensity and hope naturally rises. This shift is often the first sign that good times are approaching because the dot inner landscape of a person must change before the external circumstances can improve. A gratitude has a ripple effect on daily decision making. A grateful person is more likely to act wisely and responsibly. They make choices that preserve blessings rather than waste them. For example, someone who is grateful for their health will take care of their body. Someone grateful for their relationships will nurture them with patience and kindness. Gratitude makes one proactive in protecting and expanding the good that already exists, which naturally attracts further positive outcomes. Even in times of hardship, gratitude can be cultivated, and it often serves as the earliest sign that change is near. Imagine a person facing financial difficulties or emotional struggles. If that person starts to notice even one small blessing each day, a supportive friend, a comforting meal, a moment of laughter, they are planting seeds for a shift in their life. It is as if the heart is signaling readiness to receive more, and the universe responds. This is why people who consciously practice gratitude often report that their circumstances begin to improve. They do not change the world with a single prayer or action, they change themselves first. Gratitude also reshapes perspective over time. What once seemed ordinary or insignificant begins to take on value. The sunlight streaming through a window, the aroma of fresh food, the presence of a loved one, these moments become meaningful. This shift in perception is critical because good times often come quietly and gradually. They are rarely announced with fanfare. Recognizing them requires an attentive, grateful heart. The ability to see blessings, even in small, everyday moments, is what marks a person as ready to embrace larger successes. Gratitude is both a lens and a magnet. It allows you to see the blessings that already exist and draws more positivity into your life. When gratitude becomes habitual, it signals that a person is entering a season where good things are about to unfold. The heart begins to feel lighter, the mind more optimistic, and the soul more at peace. This internal shift is the foundation upon which external changes build. Without gratitude, even opportunities can pass unnoticed, and even success can feel hollow. But with gratitude, every blessing is amplified, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone toward better days. Your life is full of tests, challenges. Life is full of tests, trials, and challenges. Life is full of trials and challenges. Every human being encounters difficulties in various forms: financial struggles, relationship issues, health concerns, or moments of self-doubt. Yet, when good times are approaching, one of the clearest signs is that challenges begin to ease. This does not necessarily mean that problems disappear entirely. Rather, the weight of difficulties becomes more manageable, and solutions start to emerge where there once seemed to be none. The easing of challenges signals that the season of struggle, is gradually giving way to a period of relief and growth. Often the easing of hardship is subtle at first. You might notice that a problem which used to feel overwhelming now seems solvable. The mind that was once clouded with worry and fear begins to see a path forward. This shift is significant because it indicates that your internal strength is growing. When you are able to handle difficulties with patience and wisdom, you are, in essence, preparing yourself to receive the blessings that lie ahead. Challenges begin to ease when the lessons they carry start to make sense. Life's struggles are rarely random. They are often designed to teach resilience, faith, and understanding. Once these lessons are absorbed, the burden becomes lighter. Another way to recognize this sign is by observing the clarity that appears in decision-making. Previously, problems may have seemed like a tangled mess with no clear solution. As good times approach, solutions begin to present themselves naturally. People start encountering opportunities to resolve conflicts, improve finances, or mend relationships. It is as if the universe is rearranging circumstances to make the path forward smoother. At times, guidance comes through unexpected channels: a kind word from a friend, a chance meeting, or even a simple realization that shifts perspective. These moments are indications that the tide is changing, and that the hardships you faced were preparing you for the ease that is coming. Challenges also begin to ease when patience becomes a part of your character. In the past, difficulties might have led to frustration, anger, or despair. But as you grow spiritually and emotionally, patience transforms these trials. You learn to endure hardships without losing hope, to act thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, and to trust that every struggle has a purpose. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active perseverance. When patience replaces panic, when calm replaces fear, it is a clear sign that good times are drawing near. This easing is often accompanied by support from unexpected sources. Friends, family, or even strangers may offer help that appears at exactly the right moment. Guidance and advice may arrive when it is most needed. Circumstances may shift in ways that provide relief. Debts get settled, opportunities arise, or health improves. The key is to recognize and appreciate these signs, no matter how small they may seem. Every act of assistance, every solution that appears, every step forward is a piece of evidence that the storm is passing. It is also important to understand that the easing of challenges is connected to personal growth. Problems begin to feel lighter when individuals develop resilience, acquire knowledge, and cultivate faith. Someone who has learned to adapt, to remain hopeful, and to act wisely will naturally notice challenges easing sooner than someone who remains stagnant or overwhelmed. The easing of difficulties is therefore not just external, it reflects internal transformation. Your perspective shifts, your emotions stabilize, and your mind becomes sharper in navigating obstacles. Even spiritual practices play a role in this process. Regular reflection, prayer, or meditation strengthens the heart and mind, allowing individuals to perceive challenges differently. When your heart is calm and connected to a higher purpose, you are more likely to find solutions and experience relief. Problems that once seemed insurmountable begin to feel temporary, and the lessons within them become clearer. This is a strong signal that good times are approaching because inner peace often precedes external ease. The easing of challenges encourages hope. Hope is a powerful motivator, and when people begin to see relief, even partial relief from their difficulties, they are inspired to keep moving forward. Each small victory reinforces the belief that better days are ahead. It is this combination of patience, resilience, support, and hope that signals the approach of good times. The signs may not always be dramatic, but they are consistent, gradual, and unmistakable to those who are attentive to the flow of life. Ultimately, the easing of challenges is a reminder that no hardship lasts forever. The struggles of today are shaping the blessings of tomorrow. Life is a series of cycles, and when difficulties begin to lose their intensity, it is an indication that a new season of ease, opportunity, and growth is on the horizon. Recognizing this sign requires awareness, reflection, and faith. But those who pay attention will notice the subtle shifts that signal the arrival of better days. Opportunities are the doors through which progress, growth, and success enter our lives. One of the clearest signs that good times are approaching is that opportunities begin to increase. This does not always mean that everything becomes effortless, but it does indicate that your efforts, patience, and previous actions are starting to align with favorable circumstances. When you pay attention, you will notice that chances you once thought impossible begin to appear. Connections that once seemed distant start forming, and pathways that were blocked begin to open. Opportunities often start small. You may encounter a conversation that sparks an idea, a meeting that leads to a potential partnership, or a simple suggestion that inspires a new approach to a problem. At first, these may seem insignificant, but they are early signs that positive changes are being set into motion. Every opportunity, no matter how minor it appears, has the potential to grow into something substantial. Those who are attentive, proactive, and ready to act are the ones who will recognize these moments as stepping stones toward better times. Another important aspect is timing. Opportunities increase when the groundwork has been laid through patience, learning, and perseverance. The experiences of the past, both successes and failures, prepare you to take advantage of new possibilities. When good times are near, life tends to present opportunities that match your current capacity. In other words, the challenges you have faced, the skills you have gained, and the lessons you have learned converge to create openings that were not previously available. This is why preparations and self-improvement are crucial. The more equipped you are, the more effectively you can seize the opportunities that come your way. Nikonesi, the increase in opportunities is also closely tied to mindset. A person who is optimistic, open-minded, and proactive will notice chances that others might overlook. When you start to see possibilities rather than obstacles, you signal to yourself that you are ready for growth. Opportunities often appear disguised as ordinary events, routine interactions, or even setbacks. A phone call, a casual meeting, a new project, or an unexpected challenge can turn into a significant turning point if approached with awareness and readiness. The ability to recognize opportunities requires focus, reflection, and a willingness to act. And opportunities also expand when you build meaningful relationships. Connections with people who share similar goals or values often lead to collaborative possibilities that can propel you forward. When good times are approaching, you may find that networking becomes easier, alliances form more naturally, and doors open through the influence of others who support and believe in you. These moments show that life is arranging itself to present favorable conditions, and being open to collaboration and guidance can maximize the benefits of these opportunities. An increase in opportunities is often accompanied by an alignment of circumstances. Resources that were scarce may become available. Projects that seem stalled begin to move. Solutions to persistent problems may present themselves unexpectedly. These shifts are rarely random. They often reflect the natural outcome of perseverance, effort, and patience. Recognizing these moments as signs of approaching good times requires mindfulness. It is not just about what is happening externally, but also about noticing how your own readiness allows these opportunities to materialize. Taking action is key when opportunities increase. Opportunities alone do not create good times. They require initiative, courage, and thoughtful decision-making. A door may open, but you must step through it to experience the benefits. Hesitation, fear, or indecision can prevent you from fully embracing the opportunities that life presents. Those who act wisely and promptly are often the first to enjoy the rewards of favorable conditions, confirming that good times are truly arriving. Opportunities often come in clusters as well. When the first chance is seized successfully, others often follow. Success, once initiated, creates momentum, and momentum attracts further possibilities. This cascading effect is a clear signal that the season of growth is beginning. Awareness of this pattern allows one to capitalize on opportunities consistently, building progress that compounds over time. Okay? Even when opportunities appear challenging or unconventional, they are a sign of positive change. Sometimes life tests your readiness by presenting opportunities that push your comfort zone. The key is to approach each opening with confidence, humility, and preparation. What initially seems difficult can transform into a source of growth and long-term benefit. Opportunities increase as a reflection of the alignment between your inner readiness and the external world, signaling that better times are near and within reach. The increase in opportunities is closely tied to gratitude and patience. When you remain thankful for the opportunities you already have and patient with the timing of their outcomes, new doors continue to open. Life rewards those who combine effort, faith, and attentiveness with action. The presence of multiple opportunities, even if small, is a strong indicator that your situation is improving and that good times are approaching. Inner peace and contentment are powerful indicators that good times are approaching. Unlike material success or external achievements, these qualities originate from within. When the heart begins to feel calm and the mind steady, it is a clear signal that life is entering a more harmonious phase. This inner calm does not mean that difficulties vanish, but it reflects a transformation in perception and emotional resilience. People who cultivate contentment find themselves less disturbed by external circumstances, allowing them to navigate challenges with clarity and composure. One of the first signs of growing inner peace is a reduction in constant worry and anxiety. Previously, even minor problems might have caused stress and sleepless nights. As inner contentment develops, the heart learns to trust that circumstances will work out in time. There is a shift from panic-driven reactions to thoughtful, measured responses. This change indicates that a person is becoming aligned with the natural flow of life. The easing of mental tension signals that the foundation for good times is already forming, even if the external situation has not yet fully transformed. Gratitude plays a vital role in fostering inner peace. When a person regularly recognizes the blessings they already possess, a sense of contentment begins to grow. Gratitude allows the mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. The heart, once restless and dissatisfied, starts to feel satisfaction even in small moments. This does not mean complacency. Rather, it is a mindset that balances ambition with appreciation. People who maintain this balance tend to attract positive experiences, reinforcing the sense that life is moving toward better times. Okay, another important aspect. Inner peace grows when a person is less reactive to negative events or the judgments of others. Instead of being swayed by anger, jealousy, or fear, they approach situations with calm and thoughtful reflection. This stability allows them to recognize opportunities and blessings that might otherwise be overlooked. When the mind is calm and the heart at ease, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with long-term well-being, signaling that external conditions will soon reflect this internal harmony. A contentment also emerges through patience and trust in the timing of life. Often people become restless when desired outcomes are delayed. As inner peace develops, a person learns to embrace waiting without frustration. There is a recognition that every phase of life has its purpose, and that patience allows growth and preparation for future blessings. The presence of patience combined with a steady heart indicates that the person is ready to receive the positive changes that are on their way. Spiritual practices are deeply connected to the cultivation of inner peace, or Puel's on peace. Regular reflection, prayer, or meditation can center the mind and nourish the soul. When these practices become consistent, the heart begins to experience a sense of security and calm, regardless of external circumstances. This inner tranquility allows a person to see challenges as temporary and to recognize the hidden lessons within them. When the heart feels this quiet assurance, it is often the clearest sign that good times are approaching, because the internal environment has been prepared to support and sustain external blessings. Inner peace also manifests in the way a person treats others. A content heart tends to be more compassionate, forgiving, and generous. Relationships improve, conflicts resolve more easily, and mutual understanding grows. The external benefits of these behaviors reinforce the sense of well-being, creating a positive feedback loop. When contentment radiates outward, opportunities and support naturally increase, further confirming that better days are near. Contentment enhances resilience. Challenges may still arise, but a peaceful heart navigates them without panic or despair. The ability to remain calm in difficult situations allows for better problem solving, clearer judgment, and more strategic action. This resilience is both a cause and a consequence of good times approaching. As the heart strengthens, the path towards success becomes smoother. Even small moments of joy signal growing inner peace. A quiet morning, a heartfelt conversation, or a personal achievement can feel profoundly satisfying. When these moments accumulate, they transform the way a person experiences life. The mind begins to expect and recognize goodness rather than focusing solely on hardship or lack. This anticipatory sense of well-being is a strong indicator that a positive phase is imminent. Inner peace and contentment serve as the foundation for all other blessings. While wealth, opportunity, and recognition are important, they are most meaningful when the heart is at ease. A person who cultivates this inner state is prepared to embrace good times fully, with gratitude, patience, and clarity. The growth of inner peace is thus a vital sign that life is moving in a favorable direction, even if the external world has not yet completely shifted.